the big news, though, Baker Mayfield got a start, which he had been backing up P.J. Walker, the fourth stringer. Baker got hurt, started the season as their quarterback, beat out Sam Darnold in training camp, played a few games, didn't look good, got hurt, lost the job. When he came back, they just kept P.J. Walker in. And Walker got hurt. Baker got put right back in against the Ravens and was 21 for 33, 196 yards, 2 picks, no touchdowns, 2 picks at a 54.6 passer rating, Rob, and benched again. Now they're saying in Carolina, where obviously they're just searching, Sam Darnold is going to start the next game. So where do you think Baker's career, like, let's say the rest of this season and next season, when do what do you think it holds for him? I don't mean, I'm not going to go, let's not go years down the line. I'm not saying his career's over, at least. I don't know if you are, but what do you think next year holds for Baker Mayfield?
I don't, it just depends. The landscape, as we know, there's always people looking for quarterbacks. Half the teams would replace their quarterbacks if they could. So I think there's always he's going to be viable. Well, but there's always, I asked the Jets. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know. I mean, he's better than Zach Wilson.
Well, that's what
I still don't think
but I'm just saying,
interested in him.
Okay, but I'm just saying there are always teams like that. Danny Dimes with the Giants. Is he that good? I don't know, Chris. I don't think he's that good. I know he runs the ball pretty well.
He's a good runner. Yeah,
I'm just saying that there are teams that are always looking at quarterbacks. I think a lot of people thought Baker would never got this opportunity. I remember everybody was, they're saying nobody took him, nobody traded for him. Oh, his career's over. And then not only did they pick him up, they named him a starter.
Said his career was over.
Some people were like, there's no match for him. Nobody wants him. I
always believed at that money.
I always believed that he was going to get a job and be in the league, and this will be another opportunity. And who knows, Chris? Maybe he has to just go on a team and wait his chance again and wait for somebody to get injured or play poorly. You know what I mean? Like, he's never going to just be handed anything, not coming off of this season.
Yeah, I think what'll happen, and you're right, there are these teams that are in quarterback purgatory, right? I don't think any of them are going to sign him and be like, this is our guy next season. I do think he'll be in the league because I think since he's been in Carolina, Rob, he certainly hasn't played well, but he has shown a maturity. And look, maybe it's an act. Maybe it's not the real him. I don't know. But the bottom line is he has not been obnoxious publicly. He has not, rubbed people the wrong way publicly. He has not said anything to tick you off about
I haven't heard
Sam
anything
Darnold.
this year.
Right. Like the only thing, and this wasn't that big of a deal, I just thought this was a misstep by him, was when before they played the Browns, remember he came out with those T-shirts off the leash, and he was going to go back to Cleveland and, show up the dog pound because he was off the leash, and obviously it just didn't materialize. They lost. But besides that, which isn't that bad, I think he's handled himself fine. He's accepted, he accepted the challenge of, playing against Sam Darnold and having to beat him out in training camp. He had done more than Darnold. He could have went in there feeling like, hey, I should be the starter. I'm sure he felt that way, but he handled himself well, publicly said all the right things. And then when he was benched, and then he didn't even get the job back when Darnold got hurt. Like, he has handled himself okay. So I think he's shown that he will be fine as your backup. I'm sure in his mind, he's thinking eventually he wants to be a starter again. But I think what happens, Rob, is he goes somewhere next year and backs up like a clear-cut guy that's better than him. I don't think it'll be Mahomes, but somebody like, where it's not even an issue, not even a chance of Baker starting over this guy. And I think he goes there and he learns. He's got another year where there's no pressure to be great on the field. You're going to learn. You'll be in the quarterback room. You'll be in a new system with new coaches, and you mature and you learn. We saw it with Marcus Mariota, and he got a chance this year to be a starter again in Atlanta, which he is. He's not playing great, but, he's okay. We saw it with Mitch Trubisky, who went to Buffalo behind Josh Allen. Then this year, Robbie got his chance to start in Pittsburgh. Lost it, but had his chance, and that's all you can ask for. So I think that is going to be Baker's journey next year. And then after that, I think maybe, because like you said, there's always teams that need a bridge quarterback, or maybe they think you've learned enough where maybe you can play well this season. And I think he could get another shot at starting a year, 2 years from now, 2 seasons from now, whatever it is.
Totally
But
agree. I totally
I
agree
don't
with
think
that.
next year.
Yeah, not next year, but there's always that other opportunity where somebody gets hurt or something happens,
Right.
or a coach, Chris, who maybe coach with him at some point. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know
Right.
who gets a job. There's all kinds of things that happen in the NFL, and I think that's why he's going to be viable somewhere, but he's going to have to work his way back in or wait for an injury.
Yeah. And look, I'm not I don't know that Baker's ever going to be a start, he's never going to be a great quarterback in the NFL. I don't know that he'll even be like a solid starter again. I don't know that, but what I'll say is this. I do think we are just, Rob, it's reaching epidemic proportions where we're just giving up on quarterbacks really way soon. And I know, look, this is his 5th year. So he's had a lot of different coaches, a lot of different coordinators. Now 2 different teams.
Yeah, it's been a lot. I mean,
Yeah,
that's not to make excuses. It's just the reality. Am I right?
And it's just, and guys are going to develop. And again, I don't see it in him where I think he's going to be great. But I'm just saying in general, guys are being thrown away too soon. We had Rich Gannon on a week or 2 ago. And Rob, it was like his 12th year where he emerged and
Chris,
12, 13, 14
right,
year, won an MVP or whatever. Like,
and that when they went to the Super Bowl, you remember that, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
He had an unbelievable year with the
look
with
at
the
Geno
Raiders.
Smith.
Right.
What is this, Geno's 8th year?
Right.
Like,
he
actually
looked like
on
he
the
was
periphery
dead.
of the MVP conversation.
Yes.
And so I'm just saying, like, there are guys that I just think, and look, a team's trying to win now. If you're not ready, fine, they can move on. But some of these guys that people are writing off will emerge. I mean, Baker has not been worse, Rob, than Geno was.
Right.
Geno was worse, I think.
No, Geno was really bad. I mean, Chris, to start the season, we were like, remember, I mean, I was calling him Geno's Pizza, all that, because it was like, no way was he going to do what he's done, which has been tremendous. It really has.
So, whether it's Baker or, I don't know, eventually, if he fades a bit, Zach Wilson, I don't know, Darnold, some of these guys will not be, they just won't live up to the hype. But I think that a lot of these guys we give up on too soon. But Baker, Rob, I think that's the route he'll have to go. Back somebody up, maybe a Tom Brady, somebody like that, and then get another shot a year after that.